So I keep my master system parts in modular mates. So this is the base and the pieces that I use the most often, which is the Grate Master shredder. So the master system consists of the base to begin with, and you can get several different kinds of accessories that all work with this base. So you buy the base separately, and then in this case, the Grate Master shredder comes with this part on top, and then 2 cones. Let me see what it is. It's got a fine grating cone and then a more coarse grating cone. I'm going to use the fine one. You can also get, there's a cone trio that is kind of an add-on to this, where you can add on an ice shaver, a slicer, and like a different kind of grater for like grating maybe nuts or chocolate up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the base and make sure you can see. And you can see here it has this piece around the outside here that moves, and that's the locking mechanism. So it has a suction cup bottom, and when I put it, let's put it at like a little bit of an angle, put it on the counter, and I slide in the accessory, and then I lock it by turning that piece, right? So turn that to the locked position, and then it is locked to my counter, and the accessory is locked in place on top of the base. I take my cone, stick it in, and then there's a little turning mechanism on the back of the handle that turns right into the cone. Boom, done. And then we have the pusher here, which opens up, and if you're doing cheese, one tip, you can stick an ice cube or 2 in there to keep your cheese cold while you're grating. You want it to be cold so that it grates. If it starts to get soft, obviously it isn't going to grate as well. And I've got Parmesan cheese, which I like to buy at Costco in a big, huge block. Now, it's a bigger cost up front, but this is far less expensive in the long run. It's a big, big chunk. I've already cut a bunch off of it, so it's like, normally it's like this big out to here. And this was just under $30 for this great big chunk. Now, if you got as much Parmesan cheese pre-grated as I'm going to get out of this total block over time, it would cost you far more than $30, like far more than $30. I keep it in the package so that I avoid touching it with my hands very much, and then I put it inside the, this is the Cheese Smart small square, and that helps because it has this special membrane on top, helps to keep the moisture level inside the container balanced, and that way my Parmesan cheese doesn't get all dried out. Okay, I'm going to cut off a slice. Still a pretty hard cheese, so I might make some effort faces. I'm probably cutting off more than I need. That's a lot, actually, but that's okay. It's gonna be delicious. Put the rest back in the Cheese Smart, and I don't know if I can hold that. There we go. Put that in there, and to make sure you can see, let me get to a little bit closer. Make sure you can see. Can you see this bowl? No, I'm gonna angle you down. You know what? Let me turn the camera, and I'm gonna point right there so you can really see what's going on. That should be good. Okay, so then I'm gonna use clear bowl so you can see it falling in there. I'm going to push down on this and start turning the handle. space in the bowl. And I think that's more than enough. I'm gonna actually take the piece back out and put it back in my container because I don't need much more than this. This looks like maybe at least 1.5 cups or 2 cups there. So I'm gonna turn it around again. There's my grated Parmesan, which took me about, I don't know, 20 seconds or so. And then I'm gonna keep the bowl over top of there. Over here. And then just to disassemble, I go in reverse order. I take the handle off, take out the grating cone, and I can bang that off. Make sure I get all the good Parmesan cheese, don't waste a bit. And then unlock, slide it off. There might be a little bit more in there. Give that a tap. And if you have a softer cheese, so the Parmesan is pretty hard cheese, so nothing really sticks very much inside here, but if you have like a softer cheddar, for example, you'll usually end up with like a very thin piece just right at the end that you can take out. Like my kids like to munch on that. And now I'm ready. I'll probably put some of this into my, do I have it in the fridge? Oh yeah, I do. I already had some in the fridge. I usually put it into a spice shaker. As you can see, they're really long shreds. So the actual, what's that called? Like the shaker side, the spice shakers have 2 sides. One open, like completely open, and the other one is little holes to shake out. So you wouldn't want to use the shaker side for that. They wouldn't come through the holes, but you could definitely use that for the, with the completely open one. You just give the base a wipe when you're done. The handle, same thing. And then the other pieces are super quick and easy to wash. I like to, I like to use a tumbler brush to just wash the... Oh, did I knock down your cup? Can you give it to me? Thank you.
Hey, that is my cup.
Okay, let's put it here. Thank you. So I like to wash this with the tumbler brush to keep my fingers away from any sharp bits. And that is the Master System. You can also get the vegetable spiralizer for that one, or the Mincer for grinding meats, making sausages. It's also great for doing like cannelloni fillings and stuff like that. You can stuff a tube of cannelloni or manicotti with your cheese filling that you make. There are other accessories that come available sometimes that are not in the regular catalog, but if you have the base, it will work with any of the other accessories too.
This is like a toothbrush.
It is like a big toothbrush.